My name is Angie McKenzie, and my husband and I live on a farm, Nut and Other Farms in Dixon, California, and we grow almonds and walnuts, and we grow lots of other things as well, pomegranates, pretty much everything we like to eat. And so our goal has been to every year try to add something new that we enjoy eating to the farm. So our goal would be to be sustainable, self-sustainable. So we've lived on the farm now 20 years, and enjoying it. So we have animals, our poultry. We have just a year or so ago, we brought sheep on our orchard, so they are actually helping with mowing the orchard. So that's been wonderful to have. So we're turning it into a nice little farm. So today I'm going to show you how to make almond milk. It's very, very simple. And once you see how easy this is to make and you taste it, you will probably not want to drink store-bought almond milk ever again. So, all right, so what we did is my husband and I last night, we took some of our almonds and we soaked them. So we soaked them, and what I did was I just poured almonds here. Now, if I were in the kitchen, I would then rinse them, but right now, because of the demonstration, we're just going to use some of the almonds here without rinsing. They should be fine. At home, I will wash my hands and just do this without gloves, but because we're going to get to sample on the almond milk today, I'm going to use some gloves. I've already washed my hands, but I'm going to put these gloves on. We're going to begin by using a blender. So many of you may go, oh, I don't have this fancy high-tech blender. Actually, you really don't need a high-tech blender. You can use any blender, even the old ones from, I can't remember the brand names, but the old ones will do the job.
Oster.
Oster. Is that how you say it? Yes. Yes. Those are great, too, because they made them with glass. Nowadays, we have plastic. Mm-hmm. So the secret to making almond milk is really your own. It's whatever you prefer. So if you like a thick almond milk, or if you'd rather have a thinner almond milk, it's really going to be how much water you use with almonds. So we're going to start out. We're going to just I usually put sometimes a handful. I'm one of those, I don't measure all the time. I like do a handful, whatever. So you just add some almonds to your blender, and you're going to add, I always start with just covering them a little bit. And then I'm going to blend. All right, so this is, at home I just push my high speed and let it go for about 40 seconds or so. So this is a little thicker, but you know what, we're going to try to make this work. Oh, I know what I need. I need another one. I apologize. Actually, that will work right there.
Are you gonna squeeze it in the bag?
I am. So what you can do
When you don't
is
have a bag.
So we're gonna milk. We're gonna instead of the cow, we're gonna use. You can use a wonderful nut milk bag a friend of mine has created. So Rossum Creations. This is a wonderful one if you'd like. We use turmeric and ginger at home, so hence the color. Or if you prefer not to spend the money on a nut milk bag, you can actually just go to the hardware store and get a 1-gallon paint strainer and use the paint strainer. So, thank you so much, Karen. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just pour that in there. And just so you can see what we're doing. So I'm going to use this one. So what I do is at home, I have a similar item, and I just wrap it around so it stays. And I'm going to pour. And again, There's no perfect way of doing this. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. At home, I can just put this under the faucet. We have really good well water, so
I was gonna say that's nice.
just add that. Some people have no problem. They love just drinking this, add more water, and just have the pulp in the milk. But I tend to, if I'm making a latte, whether it's a tea or coffee latte, I don't want the pulp in my milk because I also like to froth the milk to add to my tea or coffee. And so you can see, hopefully you can see that. It's very easy. You don't want to put too much pressure. You don't want to pop a hole through this, but I mean, it's pretty durable. And you just,
Looks like you're milking
Looks
in there.
yummy.
yeah, I'm milking, yeah. And you can, if you're one who just wants to get every last bit of liquid out, you can just keep working this. Otherwise, you can just put the pulp. I just put it aside. Here, I'm going to try just to get a little more of this out. Again, when I'm at home, I can just run this under the sink, the faucet, and just kind of swish so it's all out, but we're not going to be perfect today. A little more, just clean that out a little bit. All right. If I were at home in my kitchen, I would have made sure all of this is out and then filtered it. I'm going to put this back in. So now we can drink it like this, or I could stretch it. So what I'm going to do is we're going to stretch it. I wanted to make this more of a thick cream. I would have used more almonds with the amount of water that I used. So it depends on your personal preference. Do you like your milk to be thick, or would you prefer it to be a little bit more stretched out thinner? So for today, I'm going to just add some more water. And again, when I'm making this, I like to at one time make a pitcher full and then use what I used that morning, and then whatever we don't use, put it in the refrigerator, and it will last a good probably 4 days, 5 the most, because it is fresh. All right, so now we're going to flavor this. So today I brought cloves. We're going to put, depends on how many people here do not like cloves. Okay, then we're going to put a few in. And again, this is, you can put as many as you want. I tend to sometimes put like 6 for a whole pitcher, about 6 or 7. I ran out of vanilla beans, but if you like vanilla, you can just break a vanilla bean, put half the vanilla bean in. Anyone who's opposed to cardamom? Okay. I'm going to put, again, I probably put 4, maybe 4, 5 seeds in. If you have nutmeg, you can add the nutmeg in. If you have cinnamon sticks, you can put cinnamon sticks in. If you don't use the cinnamon sticks and you want cinnamon, you can add cinnamon after. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to blend this. And then we're going to strain this because we don't want, we don't want to eat all just the hard stuff from the seeds and the cloves. At home, I also add just a turmeric root. So it's depending on how much you want. And if you add turmeric to it, your milk will be yellowish. I also love to add ginger. Just peel a little bit up and put as much ginger as you like in there. I didn't actually have any, so didn't bring that. Oops, I'm going ahead of myself here. And I'm just going, just get the chunks that, there. So now we have, flavor. Do we have like little, I didn't bring little samples to sample it. Ah, look at that. Would you like to try it before we sweeten it? Anyone would like to try it? Okay. Alright, so you get to, and again, I didn't water it down. We could actually, if we want to stretch it, you saw how many almonds we used. If you want to stretch it, I would just add more water. Add more water to it, and then I would add, if I'm not using a cinnamon stick, I would add just some sprinkle, cinnamon in. I use dates. If I use dates to sweeten, I add it with the cloves, the cardamom, the ginger, and all that. So then I'm straining it. So all like the thick parts of the date are not going to be in your milk and give you that texture. But if I'm going to sweeten it today with honey. So honey, after I do all the straining, then I'll add the sweetener to it. So here we're going to try a little sample of this before it's sweetened. So we are going to now sweeten this up. So we have some yummy, really good raw honey. And again, it's to your taste expectations. If you don't like honey or you don't have any honey available, use dates, stevia, stevia leaf. If you don't have any of that, then I'm trying to think, is there any other sweeteners?
Maple syrup.
Syrup, yeah, so a really good real maple syrup is another one. Thank you. Yes, that's wonderful. And then I think, I'm going to add just a little more, so then you can have more then. Again, when I make almond milk, I'm making at least one pitcher at a time. Because it does make a little mess, but it's easy to clean. For those, and then I'm not a big into waste. I like to use as much as we can. So we have the almond pulp. What's fabulous about this is you can take this pulp, take it out, put it in a Ziploc, a gallon-size Ziploc bag, put it in your freezer. And then every time you make almond milk and you have your pulp and you really don't have time to do anything with it, keep compiling it in your Ziploc bag, stick it in your freezer. Once that bag is full and you have some time, pull it out so it defrosts. And then what you could do is, if you have a dehydrator, you can spread it on a sheet, dehydrate it. If you don't have a dehydrator, you can use an oven. And then just be careful, you don't burn it. But try to get it to dry out. The dehydrator is, personally, I think, the best way, because your dehydrator gets the moisture out. And then it will dry. It won't look very good. It's going to be a little, maybe a little browner and a little clumpy looking. The test is, open that dehydrator, touch a little section of the pulp that you've spread out on the tray, and if you pinch it and it's dry and it just separates, then it's done, the moisture's out, and then easy, take that out. If you have a food processor, spin it in a food processor with the S-blade. Just spin it. Even if you spin it too long, it will not turn into butter because you have all the oil, everything is out of the almond. And almonds are not high with oil content, so it will not make butter. It will just spin and spin and spin, and you have flour. And then guess what? You have your own almond flour. with the pulp. Now, if you want to experiment, some of you may love just creating recipes. I have done before, well, I've made on a day when I've made almond milk. I feel like I want something yummy, I feel like I want a little pastry. So I will then put this in a bowl. I will add, we have a bunch of eggs right now from our chickens. Do a couple eggs, crack a couple eggs, mix that up, add some maple syrup, maybe some cinnamon, maybe some nutmeg. Just whip that up, and then I will get a loaf pan, and put maybe a little coconut oil or whatever you want, olive oil, whatever you use. Put the batter in, and just put it in the oven, and it will bake. And then, again, I don't measure, so just keep an eye on it, pull it out, and it turns into the consistency of the almond, just about this much, almond pulp with the eggs. It will turn into it's a pound cake.
I just wanted to say thank you for doing your presentation.
Thank you, everybody. So.